Welcome back to another Innovation Casual Friday. Today we're going to be putting together the S1 from Snapcycle. A few things to note. This is a pre-reviewed model, so most of the time we show you the packaging, show you what it looks like on the inside, but with this one, it has been reviewed by somebody else, so the way that they repackaged it, it's secondhand repackaging. They did do a pretty good job though. No knocks there, but if anybody's wondering why we didn't start off inside the box, that is why. So the S1 is a new one we're going to be reviewing. We recently reviewed the R1, which is the big brother right over here. And before we get into the assembly on the S1, let's go ahead and pop over here and just give you guys some updates on some of the things that I've done with this one. The first thing you'll notice probably right off the bat is we have changed out the grips here. The grips that came before were fine and they worked for me, but this bike is being ridden by my wife. She's about 5'5", 5'6". And so she's got smaller hands. The ergonomic grips that came on here were just a little bit too big for her to get a really good grip on. And a couple of the other things we switched, when we switched out the grips, we also went to a thumb throttle. As you guys know, I'm a big fan of the thumb throttles. I say it all the time, so I'm practicing what I'm preaching. I'm not just saying thumb throttles. I like to, take those out when I can and put thumb throttles on there. And the other thing we switched out was the headset. So the original headset that we had, I believe the handlebar stuck out to right about here. And again, my wife's a little bit on the shorter side. So we got a smaller headset, bringing that back, matched it gold because I just like to do stuff like that. And we've been riding this thing around in the mud. As you can tell, needs a little bit of a wash here. But had a good time with it so far. Everything with this bike has held up to the things we did when we reviewed it. And with that being said, let's head back to its little brother over here and let's put this thing together. That's 90% of it right there. Basically just putting the front stem on, and that's really it. Now the box that I got in was the original Snapcycle box, so I'm assuming that the front tire didn't have to get put on or anything like that. Again, we're kind of going off of this secondhand packing job here. We do have this nice little, that's fancy, some little key thing. Very cool. But first impressions, this is going to be a very simple bike to set up right out of the box. The only thing is we have to do now is put on the pedals, and then we'll see if there's any little extra things we need to adjust, but so far that's pretty much it. So it does come with the pedals. We've got the pedals right in here. They look like some Well-Go folding pedals, but we'll get those out in a second. It also comes with the charger. Now again, Snapcycle uses these larger, faster chargers than a lot of the other e-brands. So this one, if you look at it, it's a 3 amp charger, where most of the time we see a 2 amp charger. So that's nice. It just means that you're going to be able to charge the battery a little bit quicker, a little bit more efficiently. And last but not least, it comes with a multi-tool. Now this is kind of the generic multi-tool that we've seen on a lot of e-bikes, but it always is nice to have just in case you're out there, you're putting together somewhere where you don't have access to all your tools. You should be able to put together the entire bike with just this thing right here. Alright guys, just got back from my inaugural ride, just up and down the street here, just to make sure everything's functioning well. Bike has a lot of power, a lot of get up and go, similar to, its big brother over there. And we've got these 180mm discs. They were working excellently. Now the only thing, and I'm not 100% positive on it, is I'm pretty sure the key has to stay in there while it's operating. I'll do a little bit more diving into that, so don't quote me on that if I find a way to get that key out. But so far I haven't figured it out. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Simple display up here, so it's going to show us our speed, trip distance, how many miles we've gone, what level of pedal assist. We can scroll through a couple things, average speed, max speed, speed. I guess we're going 0 miles per hour, that makes sense. And then we can turn our lights on by holding down that plus button. All right, yeah, there you go. It's hard to see in the daytime, but we'll have to test that out a little bit later, see what that looks like. Now, we don't get any integrated lights in the back here or anything like that, but from Snapcycle, I understand that that's something that they do plan on upgrading in the future. So, you know, you might open your box, you might have a nice little integrated taillight in there. That'd be pretty dope. So that's pretty much it. You know, 7-speed, this thing was working pretty well. Again, it's the Shimano SIS Index. It's a little bit of a different model than we're used to. Usually we get the gray one, but we got the black one here, so that's kind of fun. And then some rubber ergonomic handles. I seem to like those. All right, this one here feels real sturdy. This one, it's a little bit slippery on that side, not terribly bad, but a lot of times when you have these non-locking grips, you know, when we're using the twister oil, that just sort of happens. Twister oil seemed to be functioning well, some decent sensitivity there. I tested the bike out in different modes. So for example, like right now, this is the lowest that the handlebars will go down. I also popped this up. Kind of went for just a nice little mark over here. See, we kind of get the max height there. Now, what's interesting, so I'm 5'10", 5'11" on a good day. You guys know the drill. And when I'm standing up on this bike and I'm just using the throttle to cruise, this is like elbow height. Like, I feel like the handlebars are still up right in, you know, kind of right in front of my AO there. And so that was kind of fun. It's a different feel having them go so far up. So yeah, first impression is pretty good. I'm excited to, you know, we're gonna measure it, we're gonna get all the specs and whatnot, and then after that we are gonna do our in-depth review, do a little bit of research here, test it out a little bit, put it through the ride test, and we'll let you guys know what we think about it here in the next little bit. And so that's gonna do it for our Casual Friday video. As you guys know, please like and subscribe. We love you guys who support us here on this channel. Helps us grow, helps us get more reviews. So that's gonna do it for this one, and we'll catch you on the next one.